Today, I want to talk about how FTX has been manipulating the price of both AMC and of Bitcoin, and how this is about to be 100% confirmed and exposed in court. I also want to talk about how Elon Musk has published that some companies are actually created to be paid FUD disinformation spreaders. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And later in the video, I also want to talk about how my fast-moving momentum news play of the day is already up over 87% in just the last hour. And now to dive straight in with the key information. So, as Chris has tweeted, he said explosive claims have emerged as Caroline Ellison accuses Sam Bankman-Fried of manipulating Bitcoin prices to keep them below $20,000. He said concerns about potential price tampering and financial wrongdoings have been raised during the FTX trial. But as the AMC ape has added, he said FTX was manipulating the price of Bitcoin, trying to keep it under $20,000. Would they have also manipulated AMC too with their FTX stock-backed tokens? Now, I believe this answer is an obvious yes, but I guess we'll have to see what they uncover during this court case and trial, and exactly how that links back to both Bitcoin and AMC. If they're talking about financial wrongdoings, it wouldn't surprise me if these stock-backed tokens come up and make an appearance. You may remember that Brett Harrison, the former head of FTX US, said that FTX was selling stock in the form of tokens. This was also something that was repeated by Sam Bankman-Fried, saying an excellent way to avoid the buy button being turned off like back in January 2021 is instead to buy stock-backed tokens. As Brett and Sam said, these stocks or these tokens were all backed 1-to-1. AK for every token that was created of the FTX AMC stock-backed tokens, they were all backed 1-to-1 with real shares. FTX had published on its website that 400 million AMC stock-backed tokens were backed by real shares of AMC, and those 400 million shares were supposedly held by custodian CM Equity. Now, obviously, like a lot of other things that are being uncovered during this FTX trial, I imagine that will be uncovered to be false, and that at no times were these stocks actually backed 1-to-1, or were these tokens backed 1-to-1, and that shares were being sold into the market without at any time being backed on a 1-to-1 ratio. But this guy has also tweeted something very interesting about Bitcoin, which is also likely to be true of AMC as well. He tweeted saying, here's the Bitcoin all-time chart. It seems that Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX and Alameda Research were in fact manipulating the markets during these times. In 2017, 2020, 2021, 2022 and 2023, FTX were manipulating the price of Bitcoin, trying to suppress that price. But as you can see through these red circles, on each occasion the price of Bitcoin has ran massively out of FTX's control. It started by having these first few runs in 2017 and 2020, breaking through that 5 to 10k limit. And obviously in 2021, all hell broke loose with Bitcoin, breaking past that 20k suppressed area towards 60 and above. So it's clear to see that even though these market makers try and suppress the price of Bitcoin and AMC and GameStop and other stocks, there's many times and many occasions where they have been and will be caught out. It's not just happened once or twice in the past on accident, it's happened time and time again. And it won't be long until potentially Bitcoin, AMC, GameStop and others experience another breakout once more. Now, Elon Musk also tweeted this very interesting post by Mike Benz, saying, Elon, for your peripheral vision, Jimmy Wales advises NewsGuard, which is knee-deep in a plot to get governments to bankrupt alternative news. Saying NewsGuard worked with the EU on a new disinformation code of practice, and said its business model literally has disinformation compliance services with censorship laws that it promotes. What that basically means is that NewsGuard is offering targeted services that meet new misinformation standards. aka NewsGuard is part of the $2.6 billion that's spent in advertising misinformation. So it's basically saying that advertisers and tech companies are knowingly and legally posting FUD and disinformation or misinformation. Now these new standards have come into play. Supposedly this posting of FUD and false info isn't even illegal. But what it does go to show is there's a whopping $2.6 billion backing these misinformation news companies. But even though these paid off mainstream media news outlets try to consistently post FUD every single day, that will not stop AMC in its journey to post billions of dollars in profits. Because not only do we have the Taylor Swift film rolling out, the Beyonce film in the works, we now have a Katy Perry film in the works too. As Gollum Stocks tweeted, he said, "Hey AMC, it appears Katy Perry will be making a concert movie as well." And saying you can bet there's a deal to be done or in the works with AMC distribution already. Katy Perry Today, a fan account, tweeted saying tomorrow Katy Perry will film a full show of the Play residency in Las Vegas. Katy Perry was also giving $250 to any and all participants or fans that came to the show, saying this will be a live filmed performance and the process may even be shown in cinemas. To me, that just sounds like another $1 billion at the box office, which AMC will reap another 43% of. The reason why these shorts have desperately been suppressing the price of AMC over the last few weeks especially is because of how much money AMC is now making. Before, AMC was a struggling company, not making profits, not making cash flow, and struggling to pay down its debts. But now AMC will be making billions of dollars, not just of revenues, but of profits too. Billions of dollars in profits will be used to easily pay down those loans, become debt-free and cash rich. And it won't be long until AMC is making even more profits than many companies in the S&P 500. But let's also talk about my fast-moving momentum news play of the day, which in the time it's taken to make this video is now up past 98%. This morning in the community section of my YouTube channel, I posted saying that if INVO or Invo Bioscience pushed past 153, which was those pre-market highs, it could see a run significantly higher. Later on in the morning, it did push up past those 153 highs, but didn't really have too much of a convincing break until the market opened. At the market open, it ran past those pre-market highs at 153 and 163, held that run for a continuous 3, 4, 5 or 6 minutes, and then gave us that confirmation and was off to the races. As you can see throughout the day, it's had many trading halts and many pullbacks as well. You'll remember one of my previous rules is only to play the first and second pullbacks, because after the third pullback it tends to get a bit more messy. So you can see it ran from that 153, 163 area to 213 and had its first pullback. It then ran further to 244 and had its second pullback. It then ran again to 287 and has had its third pullback, and is now looking more messy. Especially as you can see the volume is steadily trending downwards. This may be all that INVO had to offer or has to offer, but a whopping 98% gain in less than an hour is nothing to be sniffed at. So guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.